Am I the butthole for suing my ex and her boyfriend? My ex and I divorced 3 years ago. She was cheating, but at this point I don't care about the relationship anymore. The pending lawsuit has nothing to do with her or him, but rather their actions. My ex and I have a son 13 male that we split time with 50-50. He's a great kid that interests have changed a lot, to be honest, as I imagine more kids/teenagers tend to do through the years. One thing my son was heavily into at some point was Legos. He used to play with them all the time, and personally I think they're a great toy for different reasons. I used to love playing them with him, and to this day I still collect boxes that I leave unopened as a collection. Well, when my ex and I divorced, she got with someone who loved Legos more, I guess. From what I know, he loves making creations and building the sets in. I don't care. Seems cool. He does one thing I think is very, very weird. He uses crazy glue so the sets can't break or pieces can't be lost. It seems so weird to me. The issue is, I was out of town for all of 3 days last week for medical reasons, and my son wanted to get his PS4 so he could play it at his mom's. This isn't out of the ordinary at all, and he has a key, so he let me know he would be stopping over for it. I told him to have fun when I saw him on the entry camera. My wife's husband was with him, which was a no-no. I told him via speaker to not go in and to wait on the porch. He flinched but walked in anyway. I sent my ex a text telling her to call him and tell him he's 1 minute away from a cop call. He left my home with a bag in hand, which I didn't think much of because my son had his games too. Well, my son texted me later that evening and said he didn't know it at the time, but he's pretty sure SD took some of my sets. These are all old sets and 2 are worth big money. When I got home I confirmed the missing sets and called my ex. She had no idea, but he admired he took them, but it was so son could have the sets to complete his collection. My son doesn't even like Legos anymore and told his mom he wouldn't steal from me. My wife asked how much it would cost to replace them, and unfortunately it's more than their savings. Actually, it would take their house down payment plus more. I told them if they didn't pay in 2 weeks I was suing and pressing charges. The price in the sets makes it a felony. My ex and her husband are saving for a house which would give my son more space when he's there, but those sets were going to help pay for his education someday or a home of his own. I filed the police report and have talked to a lawyer, and we're moving forward with the suit. Everyone is calling me a joke because they are just toys, but I don't get it. They are worth real money. I'm not rich, guys. I needed those to help with my son's future. But again, taking this money does deny my son things at his mom's house. Am I the butthole here? Edit: I've been asked to add these facts. The sets have been opened, which more than half their worth, and one was glued together. The damage was done already. The stolen items are King's Castle Milk Truck, Lego Land Train Carousel, and the glued one was a Star Wars Snow Speeder. Some of these are one piece of a larger set. So if you lose one of 5, you lose the value of one produced plus the value of the set as a whole. Ex-wife and boyfriend are the same as ex-boyfriend. I'm just a bad writer. I know I haven't been here much, but I have read many of your comments and taken them to heart. I know my spelling is poor, guys, and I apologize for the format. Calling me names in my private message was not called for, and I am not a scalper. I enjoy buying these sets and do not intend to sell all of them, but I want my son to go to college and not worry about debt, so I want to sell the ones that I can to help. I never had the smarts for higher education, but my son is not me, and I love him and want him to do better. Around 4 p.m. I called the local state police and met at their facility. I gave them all I had and gave my statement. My son is with me starting tonight, so when I picked him up I sent him into GameStop and called his mom. I told her I had filed charges and I asked the cop to call me when everything was done so I could give him the opportunity to turn himself in. I wanted to be better than he treated me. I'll save her reaction for a real update. By the way, can someone please tell me how to update, because I don't really understand the steps in the main notes. I told my son when we got home what I did and why. My son said that I did the right thing because he didn't want his stepdad to think it was okay to do it again, and if he didn't go to jail he'd rather be her away from him so it isn't weird. NTA, looking at it from just a monetary value, I don't believe your friends would be saying the same if he had stolen $20 amount of money. He shouldn't have entered your house without permission, and he shouldn't have stolen the sets. He broke the law, he faces the consequences of his actions. It's about as simple as that. The man is a thief, plain and simple. He committed a felony and needs to face the consequences for his actions. Also, there's no way he didn't go in there for the sole purpose of stealing those sets. NTA original poster. Edit, holy poop, thanks for the awards. You might also want to consider going for full custody. You don't want your son spending 50% of his time with a felon and someone enabling a felon. Or at least a restraining order against the boyfriend so he can't enter your property again without consequences. To be fair, entering a property without the owner's permission, or in this case specifically with the owner telling you to F off, is always going to have consequences. Exactly what I thought. I wonder if there's saved camera footage of him telling SD not to enter and him still entering. To go with the text he sent ex-wife. Because then they can't say, oh well, he said it was okay to enter when it comes time for their defense. I don't know how the legal stuff works, I just know the more evidence original poster gets the better. Yeah, the best advice whenever you're prepping for a court case is document, and document. He should definitely try to pull the camera footage, and save copies of the text exchange. The thief has a favorite target, from stealing the wife to Legos. A criminal trespass warning would accomplish the same result and not involve the courts. You can contact the local PD and they'll take care of it immediately. Should he ever set foot in your property again, he will be guilty of criminal trespassing. Contact the PD today and it will be in place tomorrow. Not the butthole at all. Like above said, consider this full custody. The guy is a thief. Theft is theft. He was even warned to not enter your house and he did so anyway. He probably did it with the intention of stealing your sets. That would be trespassing, yes? Yes. He told him not to enter and he did it anyway. Absolutely. Get your son back original poster. Exactly. He could have stolen jewelry. He could have stolen money. He could have stolen the PS4. He could have stolen his flat screen. Doesn't matter. He stole from original poster after he was warned not to enter the house. Throw trespassing on top of it. Have him charged with theft as well as suing. He dug himself this grave. Not the butthole. My thoughts exactly. Original poster gave a direct order for the boyfriend not to enter. He told his ex not to let the boyfriend enter. He went in op's home anyway. No matter what, it's trespassing, and original poster is just adding theft on top of those charges. Don't feel bad, op. It's your property, you have a right to defend it, even after the fact. Not the butthole. Exactly. Op, you did everything in your power to stop this from happening. You have a rule in place prohibiting your ex's boyfriend from being at your house. Upon discovering he was at your house, you told the ex to wait on the porch and refrain from entering. He ignored you. He dismissed your rules regarding your home. Then, he stole your property. It doesn't matter whether your property is a Lego set or a diamond ring. It's your property. He took it without your permission. And then, he opened the sets and damaged one of them by gluing the pieces. He did this while knowing it was your property and he had illegally obtained it. You are not the butthole, op. Your ex's boyfriend is the butthole. In my opinion, you should definitely move forward with the lawsuit. Seek criminal charges. Seek monetary recompense. Read this and move forward with legal proceedings. Not the butthole. For reference, the sets are all discontinued, and are only going to get pricier. All prices quoted are top end of a Google search. King's Castle, $500 milk truck, $2,000 Legoland train, $60 snowspeeder, $400. Wait, they've only saved up $3,000 for a down payment on a house? And this $3,000 was supposed to help his son go to college or get a house himself? I have a few of each one, but the thing is they are a part of an entire set, so the set itself loses value. Let's say a set of 5 play packs. He stole one, leaving the pack short. So the 5 together are worth $20,000. Now it's like $14,000. These sets continue to grow in value as time passes. They will definitely be worth quite a bit more by the time op's son is considering college 5 years from now, or a home 10 to 15 plus years from now. If it's the anniversary snowspeeder I'm thinking of, it could also reach $3,000 or more. Piggybacking off of this, if her husband loves Legos more than you, He should know how much those sets cost. He knew what he was doing and the consequences of those actions. Not the butthole. Absolutely. If Original Poster doesn't put his foot down now, what's to stop this guy from stealing again and again? Original Poster needs to protect his assets for his son's future. NTA, they were not toys. They were box sets that had trade value to other people. The butthole, boyfriend to ex, changed then from collectible to toy, which changed the value. He needs to compensate you for the lost value, plus your time and legal fees. You are so right. Legos are a better investment than gold bars. If he stole gold bars from Original Poster, no one would be complaining. Web link. Just piggybacking on this, there are criminal gangs that exclusively steal and resell Legos because of the resale value of limited edition sets, and because if they get caught, they get hit less hard than if they were dealing in electronics, drugs, jewelry, etc. Ask anyone who calls you a joke what the difference is between stealing thousands of dollars of jewelry and thousands of dollars of Legos. NTA, and people trying to blame you for suing by saying you're making it impossible for your son to live in a bigger house at her place. Maybe boyfriend should have thought about that before stealing someone else's property, and maybe ex should have thought about not getting together with a thief. Wait, so someone who you didn't want in your house entered your house and then took something from you. How are you anything but NTA? They are arguing that I'm denying our son a bigger living space while she has him. This is actually true. Well, not be denying it, but it would take all their savings for a house and they'd still fall short. So they're trying to blame the victim. This is an easy fix on their part: return what they stole and everything goes away. Are they fighting with you about this? They can't return them in the same condition. They were all opened and one was out together, glued. Opening the box takes a lot of the value away, unfortunately. I saw that you said that he glued stuff together earlier in the post, but did not know that's what he did to the things he took. Maybe I missed that part. At any rate, those things have a monetary value, and unless they can replace them with the same exact set or the money to get a new one, they're 100% in the wrong. For anyone wondering, the milk truck is worth between $2,000 and $3,000. The King's Castle goes anywhere from $500 to $1,000. The snow speeder is around $300 to $500. The only cheap one is the Lego Land Train, and that's if it's the 2016 one, and goes for about $46. They have a long way to go for a house down payment if that's already too much to pay. Agreed, like it's not nothing, but damn, when they were talking about a down payment I assumed it would be worse. Agreed. I was racking my brain thinking what Lego set would be worth 10-20K. A down payment on an FHA loan is 3.5%. So certainly can buy a $100,000 house for $3,500 down. $7,000 down for a $200,000 house. Not to mention there are many down payment assistance programs such as a first-time homebuyer assistance bond, which covers $7,000 of down payment at the moment, was even more a couple years ago. It doesn't take tens of thousands to buy a house in a lot of places. Maybe he means the down payments on renting, first and last month's rent, deposit, etc. Depends on where they live. I bought my home using a first-time homebuyer program with a $1,200 down payment last year. My state tax a zero-interest second mortgage onto the back end of your mortgage. No payments until you either pay off your house or you sell it. Mortgage payments are well under $2,000/month, too. Edit: the ex and the BF are still TA, by the way. No excuses for theft. I mean, $4,000 is not nothing and he should definitely report it, but this was supposed to be the down payment on his ex's house or secure his son's future education? Does Original Poster not live in the US? That doesn't seem like nearly enough money to do either of those things. Edit: Original Poster has since responded to comments that the sets were part of larger sets and together they would have been worth around $20,000. I hope he is able to recover his money. In 5 years it could be worth more. And who knows, maybe Original Poster doesn't live in the US. Maybe he lives in Canada, where college is a couple grand a year. Edit: college, not university. And also, while some courses cost more, graphic design, animation and airline piloting, the average is around $2,000 for the first year. It inevitably goes up every year you're there, but I'm not talking out of my arse here. Web link. Well, that's just not accurate. In Canada, we pay more than a couple grand a year for university. It's more like $5,000, $8,000 roughly. I paid $7,000 this year for my tuition. Plus, I need extra money to pay the rent on my igloo. Feeding my polar bear isn't cheap either. I live in the US in a rural area. We have a 3-bedroom house on 6.5 acres. We put $2,000 down. Our mortgage, insurance, and property tax combined is like $900 a month. It costs about $2 grand a semester to go to the local community colleges to get a 2-year degree or get in the first little bit of a larger degree you can transfer to a bigger college. That $4 grand could go a decent distance. When it comes to college, in the US at least, every single penny helps. $4K is a lot to help when you're not making a lot of money. I saw him mention the money could have paid for his son's first year at State College. That makes more sense to me. I went to State in CA and it was about $4,000 a semester at least. So I guess if he was planning on selling more sets on top of that, it could technically pay for the first year, depending where he goes. If his son is 13 and he only recently started saving when he divorced his wife a few years back, that's not a bad start. I mean, there are parts of the US where you can get a livable house for $5,000, like the Keweenaw Peninsula of Michigan. Is Original Poster there? Probably not, but it's possible, I guess. Edit, the education costs definitely suggest not the US though. Were they saving to put a down payment on a Barbie dream house? The Legoland train is about $2,800. The Rebel snowspeeder he probably has is about $1,600. You can check them out on this website. Web link. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.